and use my digital gauge here. And you start to get a feel for how thick you are, where you are to the bottom, and that kind of thing. Okay? This one's fairly aggressive, and you can hog out a lot of stuff. I've probably done, 8-inch diameter pieces with this same tool.
Tom, does that do green wood?
Yes.
Also?
Yes. Yeah. So we got a little bit more to go here with this. And like anything else, it's all body movement. I'm not, actually using my hands. Okay. So now I've hogged most of that out.
Oh, I got a question. Conventional wisdom is scrapers point downhill. You said hold that one well.
Right. These are all, I don't know. I mean, that's what works for me. I'm at center or just slightly above center, and all these things are resting flat on the tool rest. And I'll tell you, luckily no one saw this, and if you tell anybody, I'll deny it. But early on, when I tried to do this, I had a situation where this thing went, okay, and whacked me in the jaw, and man, I'm holding that wrong.
Since we're holding it long enough.
So what I learned, I snuck up on it. I started very gentle cuts, and I got to the point where I developed a feel for it, and now I can do these fairly confidently. All right, so we're deep. We're just at the bottom of the drill point, and I bet you I've got 3/8 of an inch on the bottom, 3/8 of an inch or so, maybe even more on the sides. And now I'm going to go to this nice round one, and that's going to allow me to take nice round cuts on the inside. All right, again, you want the tool rest behind where it's tapering, okay? What I'm doing to eliminate the nub in the bottom is and again, this is one of those things where you'll develop a feel for it. I've got the tool inside, and I'm have it flat. When I go and put this cutting edge of the tool in the center, I lower the tool and get under that nub and slowly bring the tool up. So I'm shearing that nub off from the top.
Bob, is all your wood face frame?
All of these are face frame. So we do have a little bit more to go. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time doing it. I'm gonna show you the little trick that is really what helps me get that nice smooth interior. Again, this happens to be Sorby only because I bought Sorby early on. You can buy anybody's. What's that guy? Glass Stone tools. Very inexpensive. for these things, about half of the soybean price. And then on the end, what I put was one of those carbide cutters. We sell them out here for 13 bucks, or if you know where to get them, you can probably get them for cheap. These are the regular carbide cutters that are on those easy tool. What do they call it?
Yeah,
Easy.
Easy rough.
Rough, right. So I put that cutter on my Sorby tool. You've got to go to Ace Hardware and find a screw so that you can get that cutter on there. But once it's on, now what you have is a carbide tip tool, round nose tool for inside your vessel. And now this thing is very aggressive, so I'm going to do Yes, I'm doing the whole thing. I'm going right up to the edge, and the hole is smaller than my desired final hole, and that allows me maybe a 1/16, 3/32 or so around the outside of the hole to hit it, to ding it. Okay. So I've intentionally made it smaller than I know I'm going to want it. So let's assume we've gotten there. Now, what else can you do inside here? You've all used these things, and what I've done is I've got a set of all the different sizes. This is 1 inch. They come in 1.5, and they come in 2, and they come in 3, of course, as you know. And what I will do is I will put the next size paper on the pad. Right? So now I've got overlap. Okay. So now I've got some floppiness, and I can actually sand that bottom and get a little bit of that curve with this paper. I don't go through the whole regime as I do on the outside. I may go to 220 and just leave it at that. Okay. But now to get on the inside wall, there are a couple of things you can try. Here, by the way, these are really neat. The scalloped edge ones, because not only does that give you some overlap, but it also makes these nice scallopy edges, which blends everything together. There is a company, I forget the name of it, and I don't care what the name of it is. If you find these things, don't buy them. They're pads that are curved so that you put a 2.5 inch paper on it, and that paper is supposed to go around the curve. They're crappy. Okay, so don't just save your money. The paper's crappy and the pads are crappy, so don't buy them. I've made several of these. These are just a stick cut on a bandsaw to the profile of the inside with Velcro. So I can take my sandpaper and now I can put that in there, okay? It works. but for the most part, you make a bunch of these, and none of them are the right shape or size for the thing you're doing. So you wind up making another one. All right. Well, I bypassed that whole problem, and we'll do something that. You know how in all the safety things in the beginning of the turning videos they say this is a trained turner and don't do anything that you're not comfortable with? This is one of those things. Alright, so I will do the inside like that.
Looks amazing, like a splint for your finger.
That's right. Let me kind of backtrack and show you another way to do it. All right. You can find these anywhere. For those of you who are due for surgery, you probably con one somewhere. All right. So this is really a couple of bucks. It's a lot safer. All right. So what I'll do is I will go through maybe the 220 on the inside, and then take my standard Jimmy Clues shellac stuff.
Now, would you do it the same way if you had a lane pull? Because there you have significantly larger.
Yeah, I mean, I'm joking around, but yeah, don't stick your finger in there.
No, but I mean, you'd use the forceps at that point.
Yeah.
Or you'd still try to sand it inside.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you've got a good sized hole, and the other thing is this lathe is, I turn it on, it's at 850. At home, I turn it on at 0. So when I do put that paper in there and I turn it up, I'm going 50 RPMs or so. Okay. So that's really a lot safer.
What kind of sandpaper is
This is Siasoft, S-I-A-S-O-F-T. These guys over here sell the Merca product. They're both pretty good. If you don't have that, you can get around that whole. You don't have to buy that stuff. You can do this. You can get some foam, or you can get a small piece of this fake steel wool stuff, and just take your sandpaper all right, so now I've made my own foam back sandpaper, and I can do the inside that way. So what are we, how much I have? 20, 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, we're in good shape. Okay. Okay, so this is where we want to get this piece, okay? And pass that around kind of quick because I want to use that piece for the next part of this thing.
That's straight shellac pound or just mix?
It's 30%, again, it's the Jimmy Clues 30% shellac, blonde shellac flakes, and 70% denatured alcohol. I don't weigh it, I don't use a measurer, I use a pickle jar and put this much in the pickle jar and fill the rest with alcohol. The thinner the better, because you want it to really soak in.